getting in his way because there's all kinds of objects to get by. Kidding me? This is art. Absolutely art in 19 dimensions. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at artist, designer, skateboarder, and an absolute painter, Tony Howard. Tony, thank you so much for having us. I really appreciate seeing you. Can you put that on?
Definitely can.
All right. Just either hold it up or just clip it right there, I suppose, and you'll be in good shape.
There you go.
That's a microphone. Look at him. I hate getting in the way of artists who are in the middle of doing their thing. He's got some blue paint going there. Looks like acrylic.
Yeah.
And as you swing around here, whoa, whoa. You do get a sense of what he's up to, and he's painting with a wide brush. Tony, thanks so much for joining us.
No problem.
Now tell us what you're working on a little bit.
Right now, I'm working on a painting called The Sermon of Hopalong Comanche.
The Sermon of who?
Hopalong Comanche.
Okie doke.
Who's a comic book character I created about maybe 10 years ago.
Okay.
And I released a series of graphic novels, but since I started painting, I decided to bring them back into these kind of series of big science fiction, Afrofuturistic,
Boy, I mean, dude, there's enough there for the artist to really lose his mind in, right? The science fiction. I'm guessing that's Hopalong Comanche up there to the left. I don't know.
Actually, right here in the middle.
That's in the middle?
The red whale. Anytime you see the red mask.
Now, is that how he gets around? He rides a red whale?
I mean, one of his ways, he flies, he rides a flying skateboard. He gets around.
Who is the goddess with 4 eyes? And very beautiful, but also maybe a little frightening and certainly powerful.
Yeah, her name is actually Inogen, or sometimes I call her Blue Jezebel. And she's another character, a goddess of, of emotion and love in this universe.
Sure.
And she pops up in a few paintings around here. Probably that's her too, with the sword.
Okay, over here with the sword. He's got a hang right here. Oh, wow, okay. It looks like she has 2 eyes in this painting, but she's beautiful. And look at what she's maybe thinking out here. To Dionysius, 8 Anansi. These are wild. They're very, very beautiful. Tony,
thank you.
It seems to be, I don't know if it's science fiction. It seems like we're getting a little bit closer sometimes. One of the things that I admire about this is the way that you tend to use light, and it's not the only one. It's almost as though the helmet is lit from within. It reminds me of actually some TV shots from Battlestar Galactica when I think they actually used to interior light the helmets anyway, but it gives a wild effect. It doesn't even matter how real it is. It's just the way it looks and feels to me.
There used to be a channel here, Channel 48 here in Philly, and I would watch Buck Rogers, Battlestar, Galactica, All-Star Blazers, anything with science fiction.
Star Blazers.
Star Blazers.
Oh, remember they had that battleship that they rehabbed and they went to space, and the wave motion gun? You're talking about my childhood.
Oh, yeah.
We lost a ton of people with that just now. People don't know what we're talking about. Star Blazers, Captain Nemo up on the bridge. Yeah, man. What was the G-Force? G-Force. Fiery Phoenix, man. Dude, Anthony, I'm in your world.
Yep.
Absolutely in Tony Howard's world. Look at this, though, because it speaks to a little bit of a different style. It says Robeson there. I'm guessing this is maybe your version of the great singer, athlete, attorney, all the things that Paul Robeson did, but maybe it just says that. What is this painting? Please.
This one is called Robeson.
Is it a stamp? It says 3 cents up to the top, right?
It's actually, it's supposed to represent a stick of bubble gum.
Okay.
And it's about Paul Robeson. It's a kind of a commentary on our heroes. Not just the ones that we normally hear about, during Black History Month, like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X.
I'm here to be
like
educated.
Paul Robeson.
What is Obeafo?
It is a West Indian term for vampire.
Okay.
And it's talking about really just how we, sometimes we suck out the life of our heroes by not,
Boy, ain't that a fact.
By not really kind of diving into them as real human beings.
Well, maybe not letting them be people. That's what I was just going to say. Yeah.
They were people just like us. They weren't superheroes, and they're allowed to be flawed sometimes.
Sure. Well, I just admire the way, your color remains the same. But you're just not afraid to express it. The slashes through her are so different from the way you lay his entire face out. That's almost Picasso-esque, if I can say such a thing.
I appreciate that.
Hair.
Thank you.
I mean, it's so expressive, but so not real, but so exactly right. I just love what you, look at his eyes.
Yeah, this one's called Paranoid Narcoleptic.
Paranoid Narcoleptic. I wonder why it is that I get exactly that off it. Right. Son of a gun. Well, I mean, do you care about your style? It's not. It's so.
You know,
it's not anything you do intentionally anyway, right? Isn't it just kind of what pours out?
Whatever comes out in truth, you know. I worked in, you know, corporate for a long, long time. I was very restrained, and you know, you had to work with clients and deadlines, and just, you know, I turned 50 recently last year, and I wanted to retire and just make art for art's sake and be free. So.
Well, I'm glad you were able to do that. I've got envy of anybody that's able to retire. But this is interesting, guys, because it's on a wood panel, but it actually definitely has a kinship to the one that I just saw you before, this sort of thoughtful astronaut woman. In thoughts here, I'm almost out of air. Can you hear me? I am losing hope. And still with the inner lit look, save me, it says in here. There's a quiet, technologically capable desperation about this woman, such high tech, and yet she fears that she's about to expire.
Yeah. And I picked this wood panel because I wanted to be like we're looking through a radio or TV.
Yeah, it's like static, right?
Yeah. I usually find a lot of my canvases like around Germantown. You know, usually like found doors or pieces of cloth or old, you know, paintings. And
we're going to have to go to a break in a second, Tony. Okay. Thanks so much for sharing with us. Talk to me about the role, if any, that Germantown and Philadelphia play in your artwork.
I grew up here, everything. I mean, all my teachers, I went to John Worcester Elementary School. Mrs. King was my art teacher. And yeah, Germantown was the place that made me an artist. And
beautiful.
I love coming back here.
Tony Howard, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm going to grab that microphone from you, sir. And we'll check in with you again shortly. Tony Howard, everybody.